In today's video, we're going to find out how Greta Thunberg got caught in hypocrisy that could end her activism career. So make sure to stay tuned till the very end. Welcome back, everyone. Here is your host. And before we start, please remember to subscribe if you haven't yet so you won't miss any new videos. Also, be sure to like this video and share it with your friends. This will help us out so much. Alright, so we all know that climate activist Greta Thunberg has always been a controversial figure in modern times. Some say she's doing great work to raise awareness of the effects of global warming, while others believe that she is a child who has been brainwashed by her parents into thinking that the world is ending. Love her or hate her, there's no denying the fact that she is one of the most famous teenagers on the planet at the moment. But her activism days may come to an abrupt end after what happened recently. As many of you already know, Greta Thunberg has never traveled alone. She always has her mother with her, whether she's traveling across the ocean or just going to another country for a conference. But last month, Greta shocked everyone when she announced that she would travel to the United States without her mom. Even though her father was present during the announcement, he was heavily criticized online for allowing his daughter to take such a big risk. It turns out the teenager had boarded a flight to New York City without her parents. The 18-year-old climate activist arrived in the Big Apple on Wednesday night and was greeted by hundreds of people holding signs that read "You can't hide" and "Welcome to New York." They also chanted "No more flights" as they held up their phones to record her arrival. But here's the interesting part. In October 2019, Greta traveled to the US for the first time, and she pledged never to set foot in the country again because of its failure to address climate change. So why did she go against her own words and fly back to the US? Well, it turns out she's scheduled to speak at the United Nations Climate Change Conference, also known as COP27, which will take place in Egypt in November. But as you probably know, the US isn't exactly close to Egypt, so she'll have to fly over the Atlantic Ocean at least once, maybe twice, which completely goes against everything she stands for. Many people were quick to point this out and criticize her for being a hypocrite. One Twitter user said, "She's flown private jets, stayed in 5-star hotels, driven around in gas-powered cars and SUVs, and sailed across the ocean in a fossil fuel-powered yacht." Another added, "She will cross the ocean to lecture other people about how they're destroying the planet, but won't shut up about how she is not going to set foot in America again. I think she should stick to lecturing people via video calls instead of flying all over the world to lecture people in person. In my opinion, that would be the most environmentally friendly way to do it." A third user wrote, "Good luck getting her to shut up about climate change now. You can't have it both ways. Either make changes in your life to reduce your carbon footprint or shut up and get out of your ivory tower." And these are just some of the comments. Many, many more. And even though Greta and her family haven't addressed these criticisms yet, it's clear that this trip hasn't gone according to plan. Now, aside from flying back to the US and breaking her own promise, she was also called out for using a fossil fuel-powered yacht to reach New York. Considering that electric cars are supposed to be the future of transportation, her decision to drive a gas-powered vehicle was definitely a head-scratcher. And it seems like she's just digging herself deeper and deeper. You see, when she first went on her rant about fossil fuels, she specifically singled out airplanes and boats. So naturally, when a video of her boarding a fossil fuel-powered yacht surfaced online, people were quick to call her out for being hypocritical. We have the facts and we have the solutions. Are we really just going to allow the crisis to be completely ignored? Or are we actually going to take action? Some praised her for speaking out about climate change and using her platform to raise awareness, while others criticized her for making a vague tweet that didn't offer any concrete solutions. They argued that instead of just tweeting about the problem, she should be coming up with innovative ideas that could actually make a difference. Now, here's the thing. While it's true that she should be offering more solutions than vague tweets, it's also true that she's just a teenager who has been thrust into the spotlight. She has been fighting for the climate for years and has inspired millions of people around the world to do the same. So while some may criticize her for not offering enough solutions, it is important to remember that she is still just a kid who is trying to make a difference. However, it seems like her recent actions have left many people disappointed. Some believe that she is starting to enjoy the fame and fortune that comes with being a climate activist and has lost sight of her original mission. Others argue that she has always been this way, and her actions are simply a reflection of her true character. Regardless of what people think about her, it is clear that her recent actions have caused a stir online, and people are starting to question her motives. Now, we don't want to jump to conclusions here, so we're not saying that she's become a hypocrite or lost sight of her goals. Maybe there's a reasonable explanation for why she's acting the way she is. After all, she's just a teenager who's been through a lot more than most people her age. But it is also possible that she is starting to feel the pressure of being a public figure and is acting out as a result. Whatever the case may be, it's clear that her recent actions have left people divided. Only time will tell how this controversy will play out and what the long-term effects will be on her career. We all hope that she stays true to herself and continues to fight for the causes she believes in. But we also understand that she's human and will make mistakes along the way. Everyone, that's it for today's video. Let us know what you think in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed it, don't forget to give us a big thumbs up and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.